and welcome to Good Morning Africa on House and TV Africa. And of course, my name is Omotola Adeleke, and we are here basically to make sure that you have, a very delightful morning. You heard me say we. Automatically it means I'm not the only one doing this. Here I have Fortune in the building.
Hi.
Fortune, how are you doing?
Good morning. I'm good.
Morning.
And you?
Yeah. Hope you had a good night rest.
Well, I did.
Okay.
I tried to. How was the night?
Well, no, I thank God. I believe it was restful, of course.
Yes, of course.
I think I'm looking bright, Abby. Shine bright like a diamond.
Oh,
something like that.
again. Yeah.
All right. So before we actually get into what we have today on Good Morning Africa, there's something I actually wanted to talk about,
Okay.
right? Setting alarm the previous night before you wake the next morning.
Yeah.
I notice it's so super easy. You can just pick up your phone and decide to set alarm.
Yeah.
And say, okay, tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up.
Of course.
And when it's morning and the alarm sounds, the next thing you want to do is start pressing snooze. Snooze. Almost everyone does that,
Yeah.
You keep pressing it until you're like, okay, let me set it to like 7 a.m. Maybe you're
just 10 minutes. 10
minutes extra. If I get to that point, there was a time when I usually used to do this. It gets to a point where I'll just take off my battery.
Oh, what?
I just
What?
sleep. I just
That's brutal. What?
come on, man. Sleep is sweet.
Come on. I feel if alarms had mouth to talk, oh my god.
No, sleep is
we are, some of us are really so brutal to alarm clocks. Like, we are the ones that set the alarm. So the alarm is doing its job. Why are we being so harsh on the alarm?
Sometimes especially when your previous night or the previous day was hectic,
yeah.
you understand. Now, there are two reasons why most people will not want to wake up early in the morning. Number one is the fact that, okay, my previous day was hectic, and for some time might be because you went for a social gathering and you had a lot of fun, you had lots to drink, and the next morning you're hung over already, and you know, stuff like that. But there's something I usually do right now, and it's helped me over time, wake early in the morning, even without the alarm.
Really?
Yeah, even without the alarm.
Yeah,
I
you
would
sleep late
and just wake up about wake 5.
This exact time you want to wake up?
If I want to wake up 5, I wake up 5.
I'm all ears.
Yeah, no, the first thing I feel one should do is the fact that have it in mind that you have specific things to do tomorrow. That is number one.
It will work.
I'm not getting there.
No,
It's not true.
Really?
A lot of people sleep and let me wake up the next morning. I'm coming, let me finish. A lot of people actually do it this way.
Alright.
You don't have a plan most times for tomorrow. Even when you have a plan, the kind of plan you start having is, okay, I'll be going to work tomorrow, and then I'll see somebody tomorrow, or I will need to do this tomorrow.
I have seen. Should I say I'm a victim of that?
But I'm coming. I've not even gotten to the point.
Oh, really? Okay.
Now, the point here is, once you have it in your subconscious mind, that you write it down. First of all, take your diary or take your journal or whatever that you use, write it down. These are specific things. Now, in the morning, I'm not just going to work. These are the things I'm going to do at work. I'm going to get to work, read the news at so time, do this at so times. And once you do all this, right, you list everything that you need to do the next day.
Okay.
And you've planted it in your subconscious mind that, yes, this is what I want to do, right? Then just sleep and have it in mind while sleeping. I'm telling you might not even sleep early. Sometimes it happens. I don't know about everyone, but I feel we could try it. And when you wake, you notice you're already awake very early in the morning. And once you wake, or once your alarm rings, if you set alarm, do what I call water therapy. Just take a glass of water, just keep a bottle of water close to you. This is your bed, just keep it close to you. Once the alarm rings, just drink the water.
Yes, so what does that do?
It energizes you.
It
will. Yes, it energizes you, and to a certain level, it wakes your organs, your kidney wakes up, your lungs wakes up. But this is something you could try. See, it starts with the mindset. Once you have the mindset that I'm waking tomorrow to do these things, but maybe your own sleep, I don't understand where your own sleep is. Your own sleep is chronic. Let me hear from
This is
you.
not just for myself. I'm trying to picture. There are some Nigerians, like some people. All this you are saying, the way you hear, Baba, don't go work, just rest.
Okay,
Like,
now that is the problem. The fact that you already said it's not gonna work.
because
It's your
they
not
have-
even planted it in your conscious
they
mind that
have
it's going to work.
tried it.
No.
Okay, for me, for example, should I say I've been a victim of. Sometimes I would even hear my alarm ringing. Okay, like all you said, I write out everything I want to do. I have to wake up by so time. Let me say I might wake up by 2 a.m. because of that subconscious. Like I had put everything in my subconscious.
Yeah.
I wake up by 2 a.m. I'm like, it's too early. Let me just sleep back. But you see that 5 a.m. No.
But you know of this popular statement, as a man thinketh, so he is.
Yeah. Okay, no, I'm not saying generally.
So the mindset, it works for me.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I feel there are people that might be like me
Okay,
and
what
it
I
work for you.
feel-
Maybe I won't be work for you.
No, what I feel like
Yes.
it's actually true.
Okay.
It will work for the person, but it's more like extra work on the mental state, because that way I want to so even in my sleep I can't even rest, because in my dream I'm still like, in my sleep I'm still like, hey, you have to wake up. So that's why.
Don't misunderstand me, right?
Yeah.
Fortunately, don't misunderstand me.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying when you start it, if you just start working automatically.
Okay.
I'm saying, everything is consistency.
Yeah.
Like they say, repetition brings perfection to a
Yeah.
certain extent, right? You do it the first time, you do it the second time,
Yeah, that
you do it the third
actually
time,
works.
and with time it becomes a part of you.
Yeah.
You understand?
It's
So-
actually a good point,
Yeah.
because sometimes alarm fails these days. Alarms fail.
But
Yeah.
I don't even wake up with alarms anymore,
Yeah,
and
it's actually a good
I've
one.
been able to train myself towards that path.
Yeah,
All right. Don't forget to actually join the conversation by hitting the follow, like, share, and of course the subscribe button on our YouTube at Housing TV Africa, right?
Of course, and you can also download the Housing TV Africa app and the free TV app on your Google Play Store or your Apple Play Store, so you can watch us on your phones.
Yes, of course. So quickly, coming up on today's program, actually, we'll definitely, of course, as usual, we'll give you the latest headlines making waves across the country and, of course, Africa. And we'll also look at major developments in the housing, infrastructure, and the development sector. I would also go to the topic of the day. Yes, of course, we'll have a conversation on the topic of the day. And probably before we actually conclude the program, we are also going to give out some, motivations and some things that will actually lead you towards your activities for the rest of the day.
You change it up.
Of course. So right now, let's take a short break, and of course, when we return, the conversation continues.
Good morning, good day, depending on where you're watching from. Viewers, my name is Emmanuel Aramesani. I'm a HR and Enterprise Development Consultant. It's a great privilege one more time to be here to have additional information shared with us and how we can all become better. And our segment, subject base, has been I Can Make It. And as we discuss around how I and you can make it today, I'd like to discuss 10 major currencies that can help you and that has helped me over the years to get to where I am today as a HR consultant and as a mentor and also a mentee under some great people. No matter your level, you must always have somebody you look up to and those that look up to you. And so today, let's roll quickly because of our time. I'll be going to just list out the 10 currencies we're going to be looking at. The first 3 currencies will be the initiating and what we call the foundational currencies to the 10 currencies I'll be talking about. The 3 foundational currencies will be the discovery of an idea that make you exceptional in your path to pursuing and becoming somebody who had made it or who can make it in life. I can make it remains our theme for discussion. Number 2 is discovery of purpose. You must discover purpose. Purpose is key because purpose, once discovered, the energy and passion required to get things done is going to be with speed, because where there's passion and where there's vision, everything becomes clear, and you can't get to that point until you discover purpose. Like I said, the 3 currencies that are foundational to the 10 currencies for discussion on this segment of I Can Make It today is, number 1, discover an idea. Number 2, discover the purpose around the idea. Number 3 is have a clear vision about this idea that has been discovered so you can plan and focus into the future. And then number 4 is relationship currency. Number 5 is performance currency. And number 6, result currency. Number 7, competence currency. Number 8, character currency. Number 9, chemistry currency. And number 10, partnership currency. Let's roll quickly. How do we appropriate these 10 currencies into our career, into our business, into our family, into our marriage, into our family, immediate and extended, to get us to the point where we can boldly declare and say to everyone around us, I can make it, you can make it. Let's go to number 1 of these 10 currencies that I talk about. Let's deal with the foundational currencies. Number 1 is discovery of an idea. Everyone is at the point where I can make it is away from him. Kilometers, the miles is dependent on whether you have discovered an idea. Why? There's a very regular and a familiar saying around the world that goes by saying, ideas rule the world. You are just an idea away from your declaration to say, you can make it, I can make it. So the question is, have you discovered an idea? Everyone discover an idea that is unique to them, unique to their configuration, educational background, spiritual background, career background, okay, passion background. Some people are tailor, but they are wonderful mathematicians. Some people are passionate about fashion, but they are also skilled in other areas like engineering. And so the question is, how do you put everything together until you're able to find an idea that drives your passion? Then we can boldly say, this one who has found an idea is on the path of making it. Why? Once you found an idea that keeps you awake at night, an idea that is able to get you creative. In the middle of everybody sleeping, you are still awake with your eyes dried up. Why? Because it's an idea that has capacity and power to keep you awake. That's the idea that belongs to you. That's the idea you were designed with. In your DNA, there's an idea that is meant for you. And that's why nobody can replace you around the world. Number 1, we said this currency, discovery of idea. Number 2, discovery of purpose. When you discover an idea, that idea, having understood what is the idea and all the information that you need to gather around the idea, you will discover that when you begin to research further into that idea, the idea will get you to the point where you discover purpose in that idea. Purposes are discovered in an idea that comes from the inside, not an idea that comes from the outside. The question is, you have an idea. It means you're already on the path of discovering your purpose. What is purpose? Purpose is defined as the reason for being. It means when you find purpose, you're no longer going to struggle, because everything you need, the resources God will give you to drive purpose is already there. All you need to do, find the idea, number 1, currency. Number 2, discover purpose. When you discover purpose, resources will be made available. Destiny promoters and helpers will be available, because once you find purpose, it means passion is discovered. It means a path to destiny is discovered. Number 3, we talk about clear vision. Vision is the picture of the future. If you can't see from where you are going to, tendencies are you are going to be misled or you are going to be distracted. And so discovery of the path of vision is key. That's number 3. Let's go to the real building blocks to this currency. Relationship currency. If you don't know how to relate, then you may not be able to succeed so long and sustain such success in the field, whichever one you choose. Relationship currency is key. The question is, what currency is most important? The most important currency, after you have found an idea, after you have discovered purpose, after you have a clear path of vision for the future, then the next thing is relationship. What do you know about relationship? Relationship is all about everything that you need to make it in life. God will not come down to help you, will use people. The question is, if you are not connected to these people and don't relate to these people, how then do you have a step further in the idea you want to expand, in the network you want to build? You will need people. So relationship currency is key. You must build relationship. And so he who wants to have more friends can have more friends. But he who wants to have more friends, according to Mike Moodle, he said you must first of all show yourself friendly. Show yourself friendly. Get as many friends as you want. But then make sure these friends are guided, selected friends that walk in the path of your future, where you can make it. Number 5, we talk about performance currency. You must stay on the path of performance. Consistently stay on your path of performance. The more your performance is on an increasing basis in pursuit and in the line of the path to becoming somebody in life where you make it, you must keep upgrading your performance. You can't maintain status quo. Average kind of performance will not go for it. Consistency in increasing and updating your performance is key. And so we also like to talk about number 7, result currency. Results don't lie. If you build good relationship and you continually upgrade on your performance, then your result will be undeniably a fact that people can reckon with. No result lies about anyone. The quality of your result is the quality of your input. What have you been putting into the path of becoming somebody in life? You can make it. I can make it. And so as we round up this part, I may not be able to go through all the 10 currencies, but I will stop at the competence currency number 7. Competence currency. Everybody likes to work with people who are competent. Competency does not have color. It does not have tribe. It does not have religion. And so if you are competent, you are competent. Everyone loves to work around competent people. Build your competency and you will not be resisted. People may resist your tribe and your color, but they cannot resist your competency. Build competency because that's the path. Sustainable success. You can make it. I can make it. Have a wonderful day. I hope these have been able to, push you a bit further in motivating you to go after success. Success is not pursued. Success is attracted. When your competency improves and increases, then you will attract success. Thank you very much. On this segment, I can make it. My name remains Emmanuel Aramesani. Do have a great time until we meet again. Keep succeeding. Go on. You can make it. Declare it and keep saying it. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful day.
Welcome back, and of course it's still Good Morning Africa on Housing TV Africa. Of course, my name remains Omotola Adeleke. I still have Fortune right here with me. This is mine now. Alright, so quickly, let's get through with the top stories making headlines this morning. We're going to start with Alison Madueke cleared of all charges in UK court. When this news came up on board yesterday, I reminisced and I was like, I knew when this particular case started. Yeah. Now, this case is over 10 years. Yes, it happened over a decade ago, when the UK National Crime Agency, accused her of, receiving monies illegally, from companies like Louis Vuitton and some other companies like that. So she was accused of also receiving jewelries, some luxurious stuffs, and all that, So now, automatically, this means the case is going to rest, especially the one with the UK. Yeah. But let's not also forget she has one with Nigeria. Let's not also forget she is the former Minister of Petroleum. Now, all these issues surrounding her, these shenanigans and these corruption allegations and all that, happened when she was the petroleum minister, of course. Yeah. She was accused of a lot of things. Now, EFCC in Nigeria have been trying, to bring her back to Nigeria to face the court, to extradite her. Exactly, to extradite her from the United Kingdom so she could face some of these charges, 13-count charges. Accused of money laundering, and all this. Now, she's been acquitted in the UK, but in Nigeria, she still has a case to answer.
I'm particularly concerned about the cases in the UK because now she is accused of so many crimes, and of course, these accusations will come with evidences. So I have been asking, like, on what basis was she now, discharged of all these crimes? Because the UK, is a very, very standardized country, and just is it that she bribed the judge again also? That's what I'm I'm just thinking, like, why is she being discharged? If all these accusations are against her, why is she just being discharged, that?
I believe the idea of the court is the fact that they are there to, ensure there's a balance in if there's a crime or the crime was not actually there in the first place.
So why would they accuse her of a crime without evidence?
Now, the thing is, there might be evidence.
Okay.
You understand? There might be evidence, but she might have some counter evidence. The fact that
those counter evidence must be that strong.
It must be that strong for the United Kingdom to
exactly,
actually clear
that
up
is
some of
why
these
I'm
charges.
the United Kingdom of all countries, you know.
And then it happens anywhere, anyways. You might be accused of doing something, and some evidence might be on board, you know, to probably just make sure you get prosecuted, you know, and all that. But at the end of the day, if you have your strong evidence, if you say, okay, this document the United Kingdom National Crime Agency is submitting, this is what happened, or this is my own document, this is their own document. And you know, some of these agencies can just be there to want, sometimes we complain about being witch hunted. You understand? In fact, we've had accusations against the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission of witch hunting some other people. So that might actually be a possibility. But the thing is, mistakes happen.
But these are serious allegations. So I'm just trying to wrap it in my head. I'm trying to decipher what is, if actually she's guilty, of all these crimes. So I'm trying to think what, you know, would be the counter evidence that to prove.
The court has said she's not guilty.
Who are we to say that she's guilty?
But now my worry is not even the UK thing. Now, UK has been on her neck for over 10 years, right? And we have been trying to repatriate her to Nigeria to come and face some allegations and accusations and all that.
But
now that the UK has cleared her, how is it even going to be
Nigeria? I know what I'm going to say. What do you think? That is exactly what I'm going to say.
Big question.
I mean,
but quickly, let's move on to the next story. And I feel this story concerns lots of people, and it concerns the welfare, you know, of ordinary Nigerians. Not even just ordinary Nigerians. Nigerians, basically, you know, because now the National Labour Congress, not Labour Party, even though there's a Labour there. So the National Labour Congress to engage federal government on minimum wage review. Now these people are saying, come on, the minimum wage we've been collecting is not enough, you know. That's about 70k, right? And they're saying the money is not even enough. Come on, look at fuel prices out there. The prices of food, inflation is on the high side.
Housing, cost of rent.
Cost of living generally is on the high side, you know. And do you know the truth here? Do you know there are still some companies, in fact there are some MDAs, ministries, departments, and agencies that are not even paying this minimum wage.
Some people are paying 40,000.
Imagine paying 40,000 naira to a man who has family, who has a wife, who has kids, who needs to pay house rent.
That person will use from that 40,000 as transportation.
As transportation to work.
Because I don't think they calculate that transportation. They don't think they are giving you 40,000 to take home at the end of the month. But if you remove transportation alone, we're not talking about feeding, buying food, and buying clothes. Transportation alone, because transportation, you're not working, the money is not coming to you, you're spending it. So at the end of the day, your take home is just like 10,000, 5,000.
Now, a liter of fuel is about 1,300 naira.
Let's reduce.
Let's see. But even if it reduces, you know, I was having this conversation yesterday on Good Morning Africa that even if it reduces, it's going to be like 1,200.
Just like 100
so
naira.
It's infinitesimal. It's this small. It's not something that actually reflects the reality on ground. People would expect the fuel price to reduce below 1,000 naira.
A significant difference. But some people are arguing that this minimum wage that they are proposing to increase, some people are like, there's no need, because they're like, if they increase minimum wage, these vendors, they would take advantage of it and start hiking prices. You know, they're like, oh, if minimum wage increases, people will be like, okay, since you guys are earning more now, landlords will increase rents, fuel price will increase, vendors of clothes, you know, food stuff will increase. So people are like, they should just not bother. So do you think?
That's funny.
No, seriously, you know why? Because if minimum wage is increasing, like they are proposing 100,000 naira.
Yes.
Now, if the cost of let me say tomatoes want to increase, it might not increase just with little amount. It might just increase with a very high amount. So it might not match the increase in the minimum wage. So people might not compare that difference. The one is that minimum wage has been increased, so I don't care. They might go and like increase it like times two of the
But
previous
let's
amount.
now let's compare the last minimum wage, about 35,000
Yes.
or so, to 70,000, because let's go back to antecedents.
Okay.
Did the cost of living increase drastically
would say
because of
it
it?
increased times 10.
No, not because of the increase in minimum wage.
Yeah.
What increased it was the removal of fuel subsidy. And
Yes.
some other factors,
Yes.
insecurity,
Yes.
lack of infrastructural development, roads, and all that. Now, if we have other things in place,
Yes.
how you will just increase house rent because I'm
I'm telling
collecting
you,
more?
bro,
No, I believe that is
Yes.
feasible. It might happen or it will happen,
Yes.
but it's not going to increase as much as you can afford it if your minimum wage is increased.
Yeah, okay, if you're talking of like government agencies so that they are being regulated, I'm talking about these people that are personal business owners.
Yes.
You can even see core members. Some people are that petty that they will tell core members, you're receiving 77K now, so you understand? So they don't even care whether, because them, maybe they're not being regulated, their businesses are not being regulated.
Yeah.
They by themselves will just calculate like a normal businessman, they have increased minimum wage.
Now let me tell you a quick
money.
story.
Mm-hmm.
When I served, I was
Okay.
collecting 19,000 naira.
So
So let me just let you know
I can do
this.
that.
Now, I was collecting 19,000 naira.
Okay.
Trust me, we were masters of trekking.
Sharp guy.
Do you know what we usually do on Fridays and Saturdays so we can at least have good food in our stomachs, right? We will dress well, attend funerals, attend weddings, like we're invited just to have food. Sometimes we just even go to the kitchen to assist them.
So you did that?
It was not terrible for us.
Your first hand example.
But now compare it to 70,000 naira now. I'm not saying it's enough.
Yeah,
you understand?
yeah.
But trust me, it is manageable. You won't want to do some of these things that we did because 19K, where would you get the transportation money for? And as at then, the state was paying us 3,000 naira.
Okay, wait. You want to compare 90K? Do you want to compare the price of tomatoes now to then?
No, this is what I'm saying now. You can't compare. But trust me, the level at which some of these things increases, right? The products, the food products and all that, it will not increase massively as compared to what you're going to take that is above your minimum wage. So what are these people saying? We should keep taking 70,000 naira now that we are even having over 35 million Nigerians experiencing acute hunger.
Yeah.
This is not even poverty.
They're not saying we should keep on accepting the 70,000. They are saying that the 100,000 that the proposal is being like the 100,000
is
too small. That's what they're saying. So they
now.
are saying don't just increase it to 100,000. Please stick it to like 200, 300. Although people are saying 1 million.
But you know that if it gets too much, this is where this problem now comes through.
Yeah.
Now this is where the problem, this thing you just described.
Yeah,
this is where it will come. So, but let it be a balance. If minimum wage can be 200,
200 is reasonable.
Very reasonable.
It is reasonable. That one you can even save after taking care of your basic needs. You can save. Well, what do you want to save from 70,000?
And we have people who are public office holders taking over 10 million naira
in a month. Exactly.
And people who are actually doing it, because I keep saying this and I'll keep saying this. People are actually doing the real work. Are taking this. They are taking minute mustard seed.
Exactly.
And it's unfortunate. But let's move on to the next story.
Oh yeah, so the next story is Nigeria is bleeding. That's in quote, yeah. And reps the minority caucus asked Tinubu to do something. So I was seeing in the news this morning that they are telling Tinubu that he should please beat down on the political 2027 elections, and he should focus on more pressing matters in the country, that is insecurity and the economic challenges. So they are saying that he should just pause or take it easy on political 2027 elections, and and it's the truth, because if you open like a newspaper website, the first 5 stories could just be insecurity, this one kidnapped, that one this, and it's becoming too rampant. I don't think it has been this rampant since. I think this is the height, and it's becoming too rampant. So I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, of course. It's no doubt that this present administration has shown a level of insensitivity, as it has to do with insecurity in the country, and that is what people are clamoring about. Now, it has even gotten to that level where people don't even trust our security agencies anymore. People don't believe they are even capable of defeating these people anymore.
Yeah.
People are now trying to resort to self-defense.
I saw a video yesterday. Sorry to cut you.
There's no problem.
VDM, he came to Abuja.
Yeah, he's been protesting.
Yes, and then from Abuja he went straight to Oyo State, and then protesting, and he told the governor of Oyo State came out to meet them, to meet the protesters, and he told the governor of Oyo State that him and his team, they are willing to go into the bush to go and look for these so-called kidnappers, since at least they are, according to what they are saying, or according to what Nigerians are saying, according to them, the government is not doing anything. So they themselves, they want to go by themselves.
In fact,
so Nigerians are, and his supporters were like, yeah, they want to go.
You know why Nigerians are actually really angry about this matter?
Yeah.
Like I said before, is the fact that, the Nigerian government would easily track a Yahoo boy and apprehend a Yahoo boy. The Nigerian government will easily track, an activist who criticizes the government, and you get arrested, and they are gotten. But now these are people who have been killing consistently.
Like their audacity is getting serious.
Yeah, they have killing consistently.
TikTok accounts now. They are doing giveaway.
They are doing giveaway. Even Nigerians are.
They have turned to celebrities.
Nigerians are a problem.
They are asking for
collecting giveaway from bandits. But see, for them to have this effrontery to get to this level, it tells a lot. And Nigerians are saying, come, government, is it that you people have a hand in this
so
thing?
It's like we are the ones that
are we scapegoats? Are we like pigs? Because even when some of these people are arrested, I said it yesterday, eventually they get rehabilitated and reintegrated into the society.
Back into the
How do you expect people who are not even as smart, who are not intelligent, and you just think because you've rehabilitated within how many days and you give your props to them?
Proof of them going through the process of rehabilitation.
These are the people who go back to snitch on our security agents. Our soldiers are also dying every day. And you want to tell they are well fed. The other guy came up on board the other time and started criticizing the senior officers in the military and the federal government, where he said some of these military officials collect the monies that they are supposed to be paying them. They pay them, like, let's say, for example, they are giving 10 million naira to give to people who are on the field, probably Operation Hardin Kai, for example, and they take like 50% of this money, not their money. You have your money that is being paid already. But you still take people who are risking their lives to protect lives and property, and you now give them money. If you see some of the food that these people eat, if you see some of these things, you'll be amazed, honestly.
Wow,
Nigeria is actually
we just hope and pray that this insecurity is, being tackled in due time, because it's really, really getting serious. Moving on to the next story, talking about power outage in Nigeria. I mean, when you say NEPA, it's a common name that everybody knows. So the AEDC Bande electricity consumers, they have been suffering prolonged blackouts in Nigeria, in Abuja, and I feel it's not just in Abuja.
No, it's not just in Abuja.
But is it that Abuja's one is more serious now?
Abuja is like the city of power, basically.
So
and what would expect, it's not even supposed to be. Now, I use Band A at where I stay, right? And the whole idea, when the former Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, came up with the idea of, this Band A, Band B, and all this, and what have you. The idea was, if you can pay more, you get more electricity, right?
Yes.
If you're Band A, you get more electricity. If you're Band B, now this is not new. It's not specific to just Nigeria as a country.
Okay.
It's something that's even countries like the UK, if you can pay more for utility bills, they give you these things extra and all. That is the whole idea. But trust me, Band A is like Band C in Nigeria. That is the truth. The electricity don't come as much.
Okay, so people are saying they pay, but
they pay and they're not receiving what they pay for. That's the complaint. How do I pay for almost constant electricity and you are still giving me super unstable electricity?
And their complaints are very valid, because imagine a family man, his wife has cooked and stocked the fridge and for like 2 days, and then he's paying money for electricity and he's having to buy fuel to run the gen so that his food doesn't.
I don't know if you're aware, the Aso Villa, they now have like a solar field. So they don't even
They don't even
they don't even care whether it's band A plus or B or band Z.
Yeah.
These guys have alternative power supply. They have solar everywhere.
Yeah.
So they don't even care about the electricity.
Well, for me,
you
I
know?
would just advise Nigerians, see, like they say, nobody is coming to save you. You don't put your life in somebody's hands.
Yeah.
Go solar, please.
But even with the solar, do you know now they have started charging tax on the solar, even though they say it's an allegation, because in Lagos State there were accusations that the government has started receiving tax on solar. That is number
I just
one.
feel like
And number two, extra charges are being collected by some of these landlords. If you want to put a solar panel,
really? That's what they just don't want Nigerians to be free.
don't just progress.
Come on, yes, you get
It's
because
unfortunate.
the way they look at it now, oh, solar is free. If you once you buy it, you install it, you're not paying for anything. You just need the sun to recharge it. So
Yeah.
no, this people cannot be enjoyed for free. Let us. Why? Why does it have to be like that? Why can't we breathe?
Let the poor
Let us breathe. Let us breathe.
All right, let's quickly move on to the next story. Without further ado, let's check this one. Fans react as Mr. Easy bets on gender of unborn child with Temi Otedola. Mr. Easy and Temi. You see, I keep saying this, and I've done my research to a certain level.
Okay.
When you start bringing your marital issue up on social media, you're at risk of separation.
A lot. Like
Mr. Easy, I like you. Otedola, my sister, you're a virtuous woman. You understand? I like your doings. But this content creation you guys are doing with your marriages is somehow new. So what do you think?
Oh no, is the truth. Come on, like. I mean, I really don't know. There are more serious issues in Nigeria. Honestly, if you ask me, what is it? Please,
Mr. Easy,
why have
take
a
it
child?
easy.
And when the child has come and they come and bring the news to us. See what I want.
You don't even need the news.
Do we need news? No, we need news of the childbirth. Let's say.
What do you want me to do?
Oh, congratulations!
People will still come out and say some things. Now, look,
All these are just shenanigans.
Frankie W and Adesua.
Yeah.
These are people I respect
Oh,
so
I
much. These
really
people
love
don't,
them.
you know, they almost were doing it before until
They
they
were
realized
doing
they
it.
almost scatter also.
Come on.
They had to run away from social media. Lots of relationships because of course you start having online in-laws.
No,
People who are jealous, people who are not up to that point where you are, people who have not been able to, attain the pedestal that you are.
Yeah.
Then we want to find way to bring you down.
Definitely.
A lot of social media.
Definitely.
A lot of things will happen, even though we have some positive things
Yes,
that happen on
and-
social media. But I feel more negative things actually happen on
and there are
social media.
celebrities, even you see some celebrities that they'll be like, I want to keep this thing private, but somehow it still gets, leaked out.
Do you know it's even better that way?
Yeah.
It's better that way that
It's
this
better.
is not you even
It's
taking
not
this.
even exactly.
You understand?
Not that it's you that is putting it on your page or your Instagram
Because if
page.
anything happens, they'll say, now you carry
Now
out
you carry
because-
on. Nigerians, some of them they like gist. Especially the one that not consign them. They like matter that not consign them. So you by yourself, you have brought your matter to the public. You think they will advise you and say some will advise you take it, but the ones that they love gist, they will
give you gist
they will
and
encourage you. Bring
scatter
it
your
up.
listen for you.
When problem now comes, you say, did I ask you to bring it to my screen?
But anyway, I wish it would be a boy. You can
Why?
name your boy Omotola.
Excuse me for what?
Are you getting ready for another big one? The largest housing show in Africa. 2 decades of relentless exhibition and conference. The 20th edition of the Africa International Housing Show. Happening from the 13th to 18th of July 2026 at the prestigious Transcorp Hilton Hotel, Abuja, Nigeria. This premier event is Africa's largest housing and construction expo, attracting over 50,000 attendees in Africa and beyond, thereby giving room for developers, construction giants, financiers, home interiors, mortgage and microfinance banks, drawing from about 21 different countries of the world. Get ready to be part of history.
Welcome back, of course, you're still here. Good morning, Africa. Omotola Adeleke is still here, and of course, Fortune also. She's still throwing those insightful, you know what I'm saying?
This I look like Haja this morning. I love it though.
No, it looks good on you.
Thank
Get
you.
it right, Nigeria.
Alright.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Alright, so for the topic of the day, it is There are concerns over AI encouraging laziness amongst our young people. Lots of concerns, since the emergence of AI, despite the fact that it has its own positive side, we've also had, a lot of negative side to it. But Fortune,
Yes.
AI, causing laziness and all that. But the truth is this, artificial intelligence has come to stay.
Definitely.
Yes, it's not going anywhere.
No.
That's the truth, because one way or the other, it has helped, for content creators, web developers, virtual assistants, people who work remotely. It has even made remote work easier and even faster and more productive. In fact, it has made work easier and more productive. I want to believe that's the whole idea, behind, artificial intelligence. But it has gotten to the point where we now see even students they don't want to make research anymore. A lot of them just want to copy whatever they get from ChatGPT and just load it somewhere. Send Gemini something and it gives you back, and it just you don't even want to do the hard work of doing some research. You don't want to do the hard work of trying to humanize some of these things, AI gives to you. I was asked, I had the opportunity to, interview someone on the street, and I asked this young lady a question. This lady would be like, if I'm to talk about her age, right, she'd be like between 26, 30. Then I asked her, of course she's mature, that's an adult, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
I asked her, she was speaking well, that you guys want to interview me, yeah, that's good. So I already assumed my very, very good
Very
IQ.
articulate.
This
Let's go.
IQ
Bring
was
it
strong.
on.
Yeah, bring it on. Then I asked her this question, and she started laughing. She said, just give me 1 minute, let me check AI, let me check ChatGPT.
She said that?
Yeah, she did, and she was laughing.
I'm ashamed on behalf of the females.
She's not here.
No, on behalf of the ladies. Let me do like this. What?
No, it's not the ladies, it's just that one
No,
lady.
on behalf of the
So that you
women.
know, because they're lady too. I get it.
Sisterhood is not proud.
Of
Sister.
course.
She said that.
She said that actually. So to a certain level, it is. You understand? I believe even the MCR here use a certain level of artificial intelligence to make their jobs easier. But of course, we see how it's making our young people lazy.
If you ask me, there's this saying that whatever has an advantage
has its own disadvantage.
Definitely. Now, when something comes into vogue, the most important thing is what is the motive behind this thing. And when I actually studied this AI of a thing, I would say that the motive behind AI was actually a positive one to help us, because when you're
make
searching
faster and easier,
for example, there was a day I was looking for a particular movie title, and I asked Google couldn't. I didn't even know I didn't remember the title of the movie.
Yeah.
I think I just remembered a scene in the movie. So there was no way Google could give me that. But I just typed it on ChatGPT. I was like, there was a particular scene where this and this and this. ChatGPT gave me the title and even gave me a link, to where the movie was on, I think, YouTube also. So what I'm saying is that the whole essence of ChatGPT of AI rather, is to make life easier. Yeah. So now this question or this point of it making people lazy, I would say is on the part of the people. Because we are all human beings. We have our own reasoning faculty, yeah? If you decide that you don't want something to influence you negatively, it wouldn't. If you decide you want to draw a boundary, yes. Because what you said is the truth. I have worked in a school system, in a school environment, and you give the students assignments, and when they get home, most of them are even using the latest phones. They will just especially mathematics, they will just put it in AI.
They don't even want to know the process.
That's what I'm going to say.
Led to that
because
result.
when we're in secondary school, at a point, the teacher will call you and say, "Come and show me how you got this equation."
And you have done that assignment for like 2 days before you even
get
to present
it. So you will explain. So time for examination, it's already stuck in your head. Now, a child that has used ChatGPT, how is it going to be so? I feel like the whole essence, because in as much as we want to look at the side effects, let's not obliterate the essence of why something was created. AI is good. The essence is a positive one. So I just feel like some people decided to let it influence them negatively.
And I don't even think it is some people thing. I see a lot of people around me now. I think the problem is excessive reliance. There's nothing wrong. Yes, there's nothing wrong in actually, there are times as a writer myself, as a writer myself, there are times when I might have this writer's block, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not able to think, and I'm not able to be creative at that point in time. You know, AI could actually help in that aspect. But that should not mean every time I'm having writer's block.
Yeah,
and I'll not naturalize having writer's block.
AI should not take
away
some major things. Example like that, doing assignments where you're supposed to be solving mathematics, because AI self is very
The thing, right, is this. I think this is like a form of advice to you out there who is excessively reliant on AI. Now, it might get to that point where, especially if you're someone who uses AI to work, it might get to that point where you lose your work. A lot of people are saying AI is here to take our jobs. AI will take our job because it's not making things easier. No, AI is only here to take your job if you don't follow innovations. If you're overly, that is one. And number two, if you're overly dependent on it, because of course it takes your own, level of thinking, your own level of creativity and productivity away. If you allow it to do that to you, I'm telling you to get to that point where you will lose your job, because sometimes AI will make mistakes and you will not know that it's a mistake. AI is not perfect. AI learns.
Germany app will tell you this AI makes mistakes. So
no, of course, AI makes mistakes. It artificial intelligence is a learning, they call it machine learning. Right? So it's learning and it can never be perfect. It can never be perfect. So if you want to lose your job, continue that excessive reliance.
This major side effect, like you just said, it's really, really serious, because when you're supposed to be using your reasoning faculty, the more you reason, the more you think, you get ideas, you sharpen
and the more you know the kind of prompts to even help your work better.
Yes, you get more ideas, you sharpen your IQ, you get more knowledge. But now, for someone who is just so dependent on AI, any small thing AI, so when you are supposed to be thinking, to be gaining more knowledge, to be sharpening your IQ, you have relied on AI. When you now go and, you're not compared to somebody who has been using their reasoning faculty, you now realize that your brain is outdated. If I should put
now, imagine you using AI plus, you'll be very creative. Imagine the kind of results that you get to produce from that. You understand? But let's move on to the next segment. Of course, it's time for the housing segment. Over to you.
Alright, so I saw this story this morning. Of course, it's not a new story. Well, the hideouts where these kidnappers use them to keep their victims hostage. One in Edo State, I think Uromi, yes, the Edo State government has demolished it. Well, it's a good one though. But I keep asking myself, these hideouts that they're using, most of them are uncompleted buildings. Who are the owners of this? Who are the landlords of these buildings? Is it that you are not aware that someone is using your building to cause insecurity or to hide victims? Do you understand? Because that's one thing that I keep thinking, like, where are these landlords? And then even the people that and the landlords that give out their houses to tenants, some landlords, they don't carry out their due diligence, to go and like check this person, know the person you're giving out to, you're renting your apartment to. You get? So that's what will cause all these many issues of, this person, they have used my house to commit crime, to do this, to do that. I feel maybe if landlords are taking that due diligence, that extra step to research about the people renting their apartments, it could maybe go along with to curb, crime. What do you think?
Yeah, of course, you're totally right. You're completely, right in that particular aspect. Government, if you don't know, federal, state, local government, if you don't know, of course I know that uncompleted buildings are even outdated for these kidnappers. They rarely even use uncompleted buildings these days. They now use hotels. They use service apartment, some of these big service apartment like you see in Abuja and all that. They use places that these people are getting smarter. We're just talking about AI. These people are actually getting smarter. They know that you catch them in uncompleted buildings. They know a lot of these uncompleted buildings are like flashpoints, especially for the Nigerian police force, right? And they know that this is the place they want to bring them to. But I tell you, they have upgraded. They are now in hotels, big 5-star hotels.
Oh my God, it's funny.
They are not just in hotels alone, they are also in shanties. They are in communities where people live.
Yeah, where you
wouldn't even suspect a thing. So let's go beyond just going to
bushes.
uncompleted
Right,
buildings,
that's the point.
you know, and all that. Let's go far
The
beyond
first
that.
point of contact is bush.
So, and these people have grown to that level that they don't want to catch us too much. Let's go to places that they won't catch us.
Well,
you understand? It's just like a friend of mine was speaking to me about Yahoo boys. That Yahoo boys these days don't even rent big apartments again. They'll just go inside one community, rent one small apartment,
Just
and furnish. If you see the inside of the apartment, you'll be like, wow. So these people are actually getting smarter day by day. So as they are getting smarter, I hope security agencies and the federal governments and other agencies are also getting smarter at the same time. Basically, that should be the idea. But it's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one because we still have some that their Apollo have not grown. And the Apollo is still down. Let's go there.
Maybe those are the ones that they are catching. But now, something you mentioned that they're going to hotels, apartments.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, like, so if I own a hotel and something like that is going on in my hotel,
they have collaboration now.
Okay.
One came out in the news in Delta State. The man was arrested. Some of these people actually own those hotels. Some of them, like the one that was arrested in Delta State, don't worry.
Yeah.
The man owns the hotel.
Yeah.
So people usually think it's like a hotel where you can just come and no, they use these hotels to keep their victims. As for ransom, so you won't even suspect.
This staff, nobody among all the staff,
So
no one suspected.
When they will pay you $1 million as a receptionist.
So you see
We don't
what I
want
say.
to. They're like a team now.
You see, so Nigerians, we are the ones doing ourselves in the long run. We are the ones doing ourselves because how can you be so sure you're suspecting that criminal activities are going on here because they are giving $1 million that will finish in our
fraudsters, their girlfriends that are able to do your so when you are a team, you are together in the crime. It's basically like that. Right now, I think it's about time that we wrap this up because of course it has. It has been an interesting discussion. Thank you very much for spending time with us this morning on our Good Morning Africa. And don't always forget, stay informed, stay inspired, stay motivated, stay educated, and try as much as possible to always enjoy your day. I keep saying this, when you wake up in the morning, just smile. I know nothing is making you smile, but just smile. That smile, brings a level of, what do they call this? Oxytocin. It gives you this excitement. It helps that oxytocin and your adrenaline is charging like air, and the activities of the day is going to be fruitful, and it helps a lot. It helps a lot. Fortune, thank you very much for coming around. Of course.
Pleasure is mine.
Thank you. And don't forget, you can always join this conversation by hitting that follow, like, share, and subscribe button. In fact, do that right now on all our social media platforms at Housing TV Africa.
Yes, and definitely we are open to taking your comments. For example, you have comments on all the topics we've discussed, or maybe any of them. Go to our social media platforms and drop your comments there. We'll be happy to read them.
Alright, so have a productive day.
Good morning, Africa.